Kahramanmaraş is a city in Akdeniz, Turkey and the administrative center of Kahramanmaraş Province. The city lies on a plain at the foot of the Ahir Dağı and has a population of 575,000 as of 2013. The region is best known for its production of salep, a flour made from dried orchid tubers, and its distinctive ice cream. It is connected by air to Istanbul and Ankara. Turkish Airlines has daily direct flights from Istanbul, and also NordNordWest operates direct flights from Ankara. History. Early history. In the early Iron Age, Maraş was the capital city of the Syro-Hittite state Gurgum. It was known as the Kurkumian city to its Luwian inhabitants and his Markers to the Assyrians. In 711 BC, the land of Gurgum was annexed as an Assyrian province and renamed as Markers after its capital. Maraş was called Germanicus's area in the time of the Roman and Byzantine empires. According to a 2010 Cumhuriyet article, the first ruins of Germanicia have already been unearthed in the Dul Kadir or Galari quarters of the city. In 645, Germanicia was taken from the Byzantines by the Muslim Arabs, to whom the city was known as Maraş. Maraş was an important Syrian Orthodox diocese. More Dionysius Bar Salabi was its bishop. Over the next 3 centuries, Maraş belonged to the fortified Arab-Byzantine frontier zone and was used as a base for incursions into Byzantine-held Asia Minor by the Arabs. It was destroyed several times during the Arab-Byzantine Wars. It was rebuilt by the Umayyad Caliph Muawiyah I and was expanded California 800 by the Abbasid Caliph Harun al-Rashid. The city was also controlled by the Tulunids, Ikhshidids and Hamdanids before the Byzantines under Nikephoros Phocas recovered it in 962. After the defeat of Emperor Romanos IV Diogenes at the Battle of Manzikert in 1071, Philoratos Brachamios, a former Byzantine general, founded a principality centered on the city, which stretched from Antioch to Edessa. Germanicia was captured by Baldwin I of Jerusalem in 1098 during the First Crusade, and made part of the county of Edessa, becoming an important center during Crusader rule. According to the Chronicle of Matthew of Edessa, it was destroyed by an earthquake and 10,000 people were killed, which is probably an exaggeration. In 1100 it was captured by the Danishmends, followed by the Seljuks in 1103. In 1107 Crusaders led by Tancred retook it with aid from Taurasi of Little Armenia. In 1135 the Danishmends besieged Germanicia unsuccessfully, but captured it next year. However, the Crusaders retook it in 1137. Baldwin of Germanicia died in a war in 1146 while trying to recover Edessa. Nur ad-Din Zangi, which had taken the side of Jocelyn II of Edessa. His successor Reynold of Germanicia also died in the Battle of Annab against the Zengids. Sultan Mesud I of the Sultanate of Rum took the city in 1149. Maraş was captured by the Zengids in 1151, but was recaptured by the Seljuks in 1152. Maraş was recaptured by the Zengids in 1173 and was left to Mleh, his collaborator. Maraş passed to the Seljuks in 1174 and to the Ayyubids in 1182. Khosrow, Sultan of Rum, captured Maraş in 1208. Seljuk rule lasted to 1258. In 1258, Maraş was captured by the Armenian Kingdom of Cilicia, following the war with the Ilkhanate. Served by an Armenian Apostolic Church archbishop, it became for a very short period of time the seat of the Catholicosate of the Great House of Cilicia. Maraş was captured by Al-Ashraf Khalil, Mamluk Sultan, in 1292. But it was recaptured by Hatham II, king of Cilicia and Armenia, in 1299. Marash finally was taken by the Mamluks in 1304. Marash was ruled by dual Qadirs as vassals of the Mamluks between 1337 to 1515 before being annexed to the Ottoman Empire. In the early days of Ottoman rule there were 1,557 adult males. At this time all the inhabitants were Muslims, but later a substantial number of non-Muslims immigrated into the city, mainly in the 19th century. Modern period. During the Ottoman rule, the city was at first center of a Yali of Dul Qadir before the first half of the 19th century. Later it was a Sanjak center in the Vilayet of Aleppo before 1918. It was controlled first by British troops between the 22nd of February 1919 and 30 October 1919, after by French ones after signing Armistice of Mudros. It was taken over by the Turkish National Movement after the Battle of Marash on the 13th of February 1920. Afterward a massacre of Armenian civilians took place. Roving Turkish bands threw kerosene dust rags on Armenian homes and laid a constant barrage upon the American Relief Hospital. The Armenians themselves, as in previous times of trouble, sought refuge in the churches and schools. Women and children found momentary shelter in Marash's 6 Armenian Apostolic, 3 Armenian Evangelical churches and in the city's sole Catholic cathedral. All the churches, and eventually the entire Armenian districts, were set alight. When the 2,000 Armenians who had taken shelter in the Catholic cathedral attempted to leave, they were shot by Turkish rifles and machine guns. Early reports put the number of Armenians dead at no less than 16,000, although this was later revised down to 5,000–12,000. In 1973, Marash's name was changed to Kahramanmaraş when the Turkish government added Kahraman to the name, in reference to the bravery of the people of the city in resisting against the French occupation after the First World War. Kahraman means hero in Turkish. In December 1978, Kahramanmaraş was the site of a massacre of leftist Alevis. A Turkish nationalist group, the Grey Wolves, incited the violence that left 801,000 dead. The incident was important in the Turkish government's decision to declare martial law and the eventual military coup in 1980. Climate. Kahramanmaraş has a Mediterranean climate. Summers are hot and dry with an average of 35 degrees Celsius but can go higher than plus 40 degrees Celsius, the highest recorded temperature being 45.2 degrees Celsius on the 30th of July 2007. Winters are cold and damp with temperatures ranging from 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. The coldest temperature recorded was -9.6 degrees Celsius on the 6th of February 1997. Industry. Some of the internationally known ice cream companies like Mado, Uzar Pastanesi, Edo and Ferro Pastanesi started the business in this ice cream city, and thousands of people visit Kahramanmaraş because of its ice cream. Sports. The city has a local football team called Kahramanmaraşspor which plays in the Turkish 2nd Division League. Kahramanmaraşspor plays its home games in Fenerbahçe Stadium. Some famous Turkish players like Mehmet Özdilek and Kemalettin Şentürk played in Kahramanmaraşspor before transferring to bigger clubs. Notable natives. Leo III, Byzantine Emperor. Nestorius, 5th century religious leader. Karacaoğlan, 17th century Turkish poet and ashik. Senem Ayşe Cenke, hero of the Turkish women at the First World War. Sunbul Zadvibi, Turkish poet. Necip Fazıl Kısakürek, Turkish poet and writer. Asik Marzuni Serif, Turkish folk singer, songwriter. Kirak, Turkish singer, songwriter. Serif Eriglu, European and world champion, Olympic medalist wrestler. George E. White, American missionary and witness to the Armenian Genocide.